episode of Northwest Nonsense. I'm Rhea.
I'm Emily.
I'm Reed.
And I'm Grant.
And this is our special nature-themed episode, which is why we're all dressed weird. I mean, except me. I'm just wearing a hat.
Yeah, so Rhea was actually she didn't get the memo, so she had to borrow Emily's hat.
It doesn't fit me either.
Yeah. And I'm wearing this. I needed to talk about this because I would never actually wear this shirt, but because my mom got it for
You're
me.
hating on your mom's.
Yeah, it's not very stylish, guys, but it kind of looks like Safari. It got Safari vibe, so I said I'd put it on.
Okay, so
No, we're not talking about
I
Emily's
went
clothes.
thrifting before. So this is from.
You could just say that all of
Goodwill.
it's from Goodwill.
But this is from Uniqlo, and then these boots are from my sister, and these socks are also from my sister because I thrift in her closet too. And
That's just called stealing.
no, it's called thrifting.
Okay.
You can't thrift if it's unconsensual.
It's consensual.
But you're not buying it. Okay,
Your sister
whatever.
lives in a completely different state. She's not going to be able to stop you if you take the clothes.
That's what I'm saying.
What?
All right.
And
Okay.
Reed, do you want to explain your
I have a mountain on my shirt.
Yes.
That's outdoor.
But
Whoa.
It's on the back, so.
A for effort, A for effort. He also looks like he's going to work
Prep.
on Wall Street right
He
now.
looks like a hiker. You look
Like
a
he's ready for
Washington
prep.
I look like a
Hiker.
hiker from New York.
Yeah,
No.
he looks like a New York hiker.
I'm a
No.
New
Gonna
York
climb a
family
skyscraper.
and we're about to hike up the stairs.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought it was like a prep. He was ready to go to prep school kind of a look.
Yeah, same vibe. The collar.
The
with
collar.
with this style kind of gives
You
that
know.
vibe, you know.
I mean, whatever. Okay. Okay. So, my original question that I have written here is, if you could be any type of tree, what would you be? Why?
I love
And
this question.
Do you want to explain to us how you
So-
came up with this question, Rhea?
So, I was sitting here 5 minutes before the episode. I had a really busy day. And so I was sitting here 5 minutes before the episode, and I put it into WhatsApp AI, nature-themed questions.
And I would love to answer that question.
For
So,
some
if
context-
I was a tree,
No,
can I
let me
speak?
talk about this
Can
first. For some context, Rhea is supposed to be hosting today's episode.
Your host?
And I don't know if you noticed, but this episode's a little late because she's had 2 weeks or something like that to prepare. More than that.
Okay,
To
if
prepare
I'm
for
being
this
completely
episode.
honest, I didn't think I would come today. I thought my parents were going to make me stay home. So,
And you didn't tell us until the day of. That was your plan?
well, I told Emily yesterday night.
told?
Yesterday. And then I told her that I could make it, but then I had a lot to do today. I had some stuff.
She had 2
They
weeks to
came up.
prepare, and she failed.
Thanks.
But it's okay.
It's okay.
Disappointment.
She improvised.
I'm going to improvise right now. Okay. So, okay. So the next question we're going to talk about is, what's the best advice you've ever received, or you've received right now? Yeah. You want to go first?
Okay, I'll start. Okay, so the best advice I've ever received, I've gotten a lot of good advice, but I think the best one ever is when I used to get dropped off every day. Like, I had someone drop me off every day. And every single time before I would, like, leave the car, she would always just say, have a good day, be kind. And that, like, I know I may not be the kindest person of all time externally, but, like, internally it really resonated with me. So I think that's probably the biggest thing, and I try to go through every day with that mindset of let's have a good day and let's just try and be kind. So that's probably the best piece of advice I've ever gotten, or one of the best pieces.
All right.
Okie dokie.
Okay, who wants to answer the question next?
I think for me, I don't know if it's like something specific, but I think of I don't know who told me this or something, but it's that like even just one smile could change somebody's day. And so I think, I don't know, I'm just in general kind of a smiley person, I think. And so I don't know, I like when I'm walking in the halls at school and I realize that I'm not smiling, I just try and smile, and I make eye contact with people when I smile. And even though it's really awkward, it's like you're like, maybe they need it. So,
With like random people, you just like,
yeah. Well, you don't like. It's not like
Okay,
great.
maybe not like that.
You just smile and nod or whatever, So, because I know like when I'm having a bad day, that helps me. Even if I don't know the people, So
That's one thing I hated about COVID, is I would always, my favorite thing is when I'm in public and I see like an old person, they're like just scooting along, and I always hit them with a nice little warming smile. And then during COVID, I would smile at someone and they'd just be stone cold, and I'd be like, the heck, man. But then we have the masks on, so you can't even tell like if someone's smiling.
I figured out my best piece of advice, even though I already said something. It is to call people by their name. Like when you're talking to somebody, it makes such a bigger difference when you're addressing. Like when you're talking to them, you say, "Oh, hey Grant, hey Rhea," rather than just saying, "Oh, hey, I need to talk to you about this." And especially if you're like an upperclassman and you're talking to a freshman who's new to the school, it will have like a bigger impact on them.
I think in general, I've learned to do stuff more for myself than for others. Especially, I feel like I get pushed over a lot sometimes when I was little, especially, of like doing things because other people want me to do it. And then now, like if I'm dancing or if I'm doing something, I need to do it for myself and do it because I'm proud of myself, not because somebody's making me do it or anything like that. But yeah.
Wow.
That's very deep.
I came up with it myself. Stop.
Whoa. The prompt was
Oh, okay.
best
Okay,
piece of advice you got from
actually-
someone else, not
People have
What you
generally
learned.
taught me this, but I just accumulated it.
I definitely feel like we've had
accumulated.
And put it together.
Okay, I definitely feel like we've had conversations about this throughout the year too, like the two of
Yeah.
us.
Mhm.
So the best piece of advice I received was don't trust anyone because everyone will hurt you. Okay, I'm joking. That was not actually the best advice. Someone did give me that advice though.
You don't get more than one answer.
So that's my answer.
Yeah, that's your answer.
All right,
Next
great.
question.
That's a wrap. You said
That was
two.
basically
You
the
said
same
two. You
thing.
said two. Okay.
Next question.
First impressions of everyone in the group,
Mm-hmm.
and things you were surprised about them, like personality wise.
Like as in a first impression.
Yeah. No, like after you got
what
to
we
know them.
expected versus what we
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
realized.
I can go first.
Or do you want Emily to go first? Because you've been going first for
Well,
the
I
past
I already have my
then
answers.
go ahead.
So the first people I met out of everyone here was the twins. So Reed and Keaton. Because actually I knew you.
Technically, we knew each other, but we did not know each other.
Yeah, we didn't actually talk at all.
We were
in 7th
acquaintances.
grade. I mean, you probably had a first impression, but I had no idea who you were.
Okay, well,
so.
my first impression.
Okay,
I'll save it for
yeah,
later. I'll
save it
save it
for
for
later.
later.
But for the Watsons, the twins, my first impression was it was at cross country summer training practice, and I just remember like seeing this like a big group of kids. I remember I was alone, like I had like my little like kids from like my middle school, but there was like 4 of us, and like everyone else was weird, so I was like, I don't want to be involved. And then I saw like this whole group of people, like these like all people from their middle school, and I was like, who are these kids? And I was like, they look like my age. And then I saw Reed and Keaton. I remember my first reaction was, I couldn't tell if they were like related or not. I was like, I'm pretty sure they're brothers, but I wasn't 100% sure. And I was like, maybe they're twins. So I just remember like having this whole like mental dialogue in my head because I was like a scared little freshman that didn't know where like he fit in. And then I remember going up and like breaking the ice and like talking to them, like that whole group over there, and just like trolling everyone in the group. I remember that. Yeah. I went up immediately and I talked to Keaton first. Big mistake. Keaton's awkward. So I talked to Keaton first. I was like, you guys are brothers, right? And he's like, oh yeah, twins. And he was like, yeah. But he like did like his little like weird awkward laugh thing that he does, right? So like that, my first reaction was, this kid is weird, bro. And then as I got to know Keaton, I really like him. So that's good. And then I remember like, I didn't really have like a first reaction personality wise. I just thought they were like chill kids. So then yeah, I just started talking to them like more and more every practice, and then eventually we started running together, and then this year we've all gotten closer. So that was my first reaction for the Watsons. For Emily, I remember the first time I met her was in our chemistry class.
Yeah.
We got sat next to each other, and I remember she came in with like a clay sculpture or something. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, the green one.
The
with
green
butt?
one.
Yeah, this is my first ever reaction. I remember the first time I sat down, I like
The
immediately
green one
like,
with the butt.
We met before too.
really? The first thing I remember, my
I
first
feel like the
interaction-
first time you guys had a conversation was when you guys sat next to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the first time we ever like actually talked.
I
And I-
remember I graded your book and then you and I asked, I don't know, somewhere, but you owe me $20 and you never gave it to me.
Still?
Yeah.
It's too late for that.
What? Okay, anyway, besides my bribes, my first interaction with her, I think that I remember was I sat down next to her, and this was before the clay sculpture. Like I remember the first time I was like, oh my god, who is this fucking weird Asian girl I have to sit with to for this whole unit? But then I remember I talked to her and I was like, oh, she's actually pretty cool. Like we kind of clicked in the sense that like I could just make fun of her and she would like make fun of me back. Like it was like chill, right? Most people are just too sensitive for that. So I was like, so that was pretty cool. And then I just remember she would always come in with her like clay sculptures, and like they would like be just deformed and weird, and it was terrible.
They were so good.
Her little green guy was so cute.
The green guy was.
I like the green one.
Except for like the butt.
The
That
butt was
a
kind of
little weird.
strange.
A little strange, but like it wasn't bad.
Was it holding a cat?
Yeah. Why are you looking at his butt? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Why did you make a butt in the first place?
Because you were looking
looked
at
at
it.
the butt too.
You made it. You touched. Nope.
Called himself. First of all, you were very proud of that butt. You showed it around.
Yeah, you were like, look at the butt.
That's the first thing you showed me. You literally, I came down, I was like, oh, what's this? And you were like, look at the butt.
That's no.
That's exactly what you did.
No.
All right, let's keep it going.
It's true.
And who else even is in here? We have Saravia,
They're not here.
who,
They're not
who
relevant.
never shows up. Colby, who never shows up.
Anya.
Honestly, my first reaction to Anya was like, who is she? That was my first reaction. Sorry, Anya, if you're watching, but that was my first reaction because she was so quiet.
Yeah.
And she was like overshadowed by freaking Emily. Cause the only time I ever spoke to like Anya or like you too is when I was like near Emily or near Reed, right?
Yeah.
They're very overpowering figures, so they took up all of like my attention, right? So then when like I knew who she was, but like my initial reaction was like, who is she? Like
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it was just overpowering. Because these two are very overbearing, right? So when I'm talking to
Overbearing
them-
is not the word I would use, but okay.
when I'm like with you guys as the group, I'm like, my attention is on mainly these two, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't really know Anya, but then as I've gotten to know her, like my second reaction, like in the middle stage of getting to know her was like, oh my god, she's smart. Like
Oh yeah.
she was really smart, and that was like my second reaction. My first reaction was like, who is this person? And then my like second reaction was she's really smart, and then now we're all friends. We're on a podcast, so that happened too, I guess.
Success.
You didn't say me.
For you, Rhea, I'm not gonna lie. My first thought was, this girl is so short, bro. I like, how do you function on a daily basis being this short, right? That was my first reaction.
I feel like that's the reaction for everyone.
And then my second reaction was like, dang, bro, this girl is really short. Like, I still couldn't figure out how you function. I still don't know how. I mean, you're like down here.
My height enhancement booster seat.
What-
Cushion,
what
sorry.
did you call
No,
it?
no,
Yeah,
my
yeah,
height
yeah.
enhancement
Pillow.
cushion.
So when we first started driving, she was like, guys, don't worry. I have my height enhancement cushion.
It's just the pillow that you sit on when you're driving.
Yeah, it's literally just
I
a
don't use it in
glorified
my
booster
car. I
seat.
don't use it in my car. I only use it when I'm driving my dad's like truck because I can't see over the hood.
That sounds like a problem.
Yeah, how do you even reach the pedals?
Oh, the pedals lift up. Like you can like alter it. And I didn't need to do that though. I didn't
That's
need to do that.
wild.
I didn't need to do that. I was fine.
She goes tippy toes. She goes.
No,
No.
yeah.
Yeah, you probably do.
I can do it very comfortably. Actually, I actually don't need the pillow to see over the truck thing
So why do you use it, huh?
because I get the extra like little bit. My dad said I don't need it, but I'm too scared to not use it. So
Sounds like you need it. Mentally. you need
mentally,
it.
I need it. Yeah.
Every inch counts, guys.
It's my turn now.
All right, let's hear it.
My first impression of Grant was at cross country. I was thinking, bro, who is this kid? And why is he talking to me?
Pretty fair
That
reaction.
every day.
I was
Alright.
like, he's from.
You're supposed to say the name of the school. Dumb.
Oh shoot,
I didn't say the name.
I was like, bro, he's from
That other
not my school, my middle school. What? I don't know. They was the first kid from the other middle school that I interacted with, and so I framed all of the other kids from. I framed all the other kids from the other school, just the same as you.
That's a really unfair comparison right there.
Yeah, for me,
And so
No.
that's splendid for them.
Grant had a ton of energy, and he was like kind of crazy and kind of wild. And in the beginning, I was like, I might need to stay away because I was not sure what was gonna happen, right? But then,
But I didn't let you stay away, did I?
yeah, you didn't let me stay away. But then we ended up running together in cross country, and then we got closer, and then we both joined leadership. And then, worked out. And then for you,
If you say I'm short, I swear to God, I'm actually gonna punch you.
I might need to step over there to say that. The first thing I thought of you was you're really short. But the second thing I remembered, to be 100% honest, the first thing I remembered when you walked in the door was that you're really short. I'm gonna be 100% honest. The second thing I remembered was when Emily was trying to give you hugs and you were like a hug hater. You were like hating on hugs. I vividly remember that because I don't know why. And I was like, I don't know if we can get along because I really like hugs and you don't.
See, it's not that I don't like hugs. It's that I don't want them all the time.
From Emily, specifically.
No, I don't take hugs from a lot of people.
And
She
then
takes hugs from me sometimes.
Yeah, see?
Screenshot this.
look at her
This will
eyes.
be
They're
mine.
moving very... Okay, anyways. Then I realized that you were really smart because you could do complicated math stuff and just smart in life in general.
Thank you.
And for Emily, I very vividly,
I know, I make everyone
you walked
speechless.
in and I was kind of overwhelmed by the energy that you had, but it reminded me a lot of Grant. And the first thing I thought, don't hate me, is that, oh, they could be siblings. That's what I thought.
I kind of see it. Like, their energy does, match to some extent. Like,
This is racially motivated, isn't
No,
it?
it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Just because
not-
we're both Asian, we must be related, right?
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't say you were related.
Hey,
I didn't-
clip that. Send it to colleges. Stanford, Harvard. Did you hear that? She's
Where do you want to
racist.
go? Where do you want to go?
Not Stanford or Harvard.
okay, well, that's more
Come on,
studying maths
more.
and...
All right. No, I'm saying, not you guys can't be I didn't say you guys were related.
You did.
I said... You said they could be related.
No, I said I could see them as siblings.
Yes.
That doesn't mean I said they were related. I said they give off the same energy. I'm not saying
Yeah,
they look
okay,
the
and that's
same.
what I'm saying.
Disgusting.
I definitely thought, yeah.
I was talking about their energy,
All
not
of
the way
my
they look.
siblings are lucky that I'm their sibling.
Wow.
Really?
You're an only
Wow.
child. Aren't you an only child?
No.
No, she has
Do
two.
I seem like an only child?
No,
I mean,
don't
your
know.
siblings are a lot older than you, so that gives so
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So
Yeah. you're kind of an only child to some
Un
extent.
poco. Oh, that's you. Sorry.
He said it initially and then regretted it instantly. He was like, I shouldn't have said that.
Sorry. You could hug too.
All right. Okay.
Don't you like this?
I'm not gonna hug you. Leah.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Thanks, Grant.
Boundaries, guys.
You're being left out.
Important.
Yeah.
She literally just invited us to hug her because she says she loves hugs.
Yeah.
I did not say that.
Okay,
I
you're-
feel like in every single podcast that we've done, I've noticed myself saying I'm not a hugger. Like
You
in
have.
every podcast,
true.
I'm like, I'm not a hugger. Like,
So my
can I just
assumption was
clarify
right.
this?
Now it's your
We're
turn.
gonna do a hugging compilation every single time. Maria's been-
Yes.
I'll add another one.
I have a bunch of hugs from. This is.
Okay.
Okay.
Should I?
Ria's turn.
All right. Okay. So the first one I technically met was Grant, and I did have an impression of him. He didn't really know me, but my first impression was this kid is bad news. Like from the second he joined the class, he would not shut up ever. And you could tell the poor science teacher, he was getting so flustered every time Grant would speak.
He was a first year teacher too. Poor soul. I went and saw him recently. I
I'm-
visited.
I don't think any of my teachers would remember me, so I don't see there's any point in me
He
going.
remembered me all right.
Yeah, he did. Every time they would at least once a week they would get into some kind of verbal disagreement. Grant would have to leave the room and come back. And that's what I remember about Grant. And then I was like, oh, I just had this. I didn't really have a negative image of you. I just didn't have a
But it
very
was kinda
positive one. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And then
This is in middle school, by the way.
this
Seventh
is in
grade.
8th grade.
8th grade.
8th grade. So after that, I didn't really talk to him at all. And then this year he was in my chemistry, and I started, and then no, we became friends. And he's actually a really nice guy. So I think you're a nice guy.
Okay.
All right, Emily, you want to say your
Okay.
impressions?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'll
I
go.
did want to say my impression of Emily. My first impression was, wow, this girl seems really quiet. Because
What?
we had listen. We had English together, and she sat across, and she didn't say anything for the first week, and then the second week, I was like, wow, this girl's really loud.
Sounds about
But in a
right.
good way. In a good way.
Thank you.
Not in a good way.
That's your opinion, Grant.
My opinion's correct.
Okay. Your turn.
Okay, first impressions. Okay, so Maria, honestly, I thought you were really cool, and you hanged out with
Hung out.
you. You were across the table, and then you were with one other person, and I was like, oh, I wasn't sure if you were gonna talk to me. So then I was like, oh my gosh, wait, she's kind of cool. Yeah, I'm trying to speed run this. Then Grant, I thought at first I was like, oh, he actually talks in class. And I was like, oh, we both talk. But then I was like, oh, wait, he doesn't stop. And then,
That's a good way of saying that.
yeah. That was basically my impression. But then I got to talk to him more. And that's all I got to say to that.
What about him?
And you kept insulting.
What about Reed?
Reed, when did I first meet you? Oh, I think it was like... with
Pickup
me.
lines. Pickup lines.
Oh,
Was that the first time?
That was the first time we all talked to each
yeah,
other.
I remember those pickup lines.
Holy sh! They
I
were
remember.
so
I
bad.
remember.
Are you
Yeah, that was the
aluminum?
beginning. That was the
I'm
that.
pretty good.
Are you aluminum? Because you make my eyes burn.
Stop!
That's
who
not
came up with
aluminum.
that?
It's chlorine.
Chlorine, that's right. Are you chlorine? Because you make my eyes burn.
I know.
So, okay. I was thinking things that give you secondhand embarrassment. Specifically, let's do in school settings.
In
Yeah.
school settings, I hate it. This might be me sometimes, but that makes me hate it more. I hate it, especially. Sorry to call you guys out in leadership class. I'm sorry to say this, guys, but when people, because I don't think I do this that much in leadership. Okay, when people raise their hand and they say something that's just a load of bullshit.
Oh my God.
Like when if you're gonna raise your hand and take the time to slow down the conversation and open your mouth and talk about and add to a topic, it better be something that actually changes minds or changes the
agree.
conversation. Okay. Now I will admit, especially during certain times, I was not the greatest at following this own guideline. Okay, but I gotten better at only talking when I have something that's really gonna affect the conversation. And I hate it when people will talk and it'll just slow us down, especially when we're doing like club approvals and stuff like that. Oh my God, because you're just trying to get through them, right?
I
You're trying to
totally
get through them as
agree.
fast as possible.
Wait, do you guys have to sit and like talk through each club approval?
Yes.
So, that sounds awful.
So we sit there and then we vote.
It's kind of
right?
fun
It's fun, but
until
also
people start just saying the same thing over
Exactly.
and like people repeating the same thing that the three previous people in front of them said, and you're not adding to you're not swaying anyone's vote. You're
Exactly.
just,
it's like you just want to talk.
yes.
Yeah.
Or just talking because you think it's your turn to talk. No, it's not. So that's why as clubs coordinator, I get this opportunity to just shut people up. You know, like once you because there's just you reach a certain
I wish
point.
I could do that
where-
for you.
You-
Sorry.
You reach a certain point, especially during club approvals, when like the information's already out there.
the conversation's not
Yeah,
going
the conversation's not gonna go anywhere, and people will still raise their hands and talk. And at some point, it's just gotta be like, just dude, stop talking. Let's just vote, right? So that's my biggest. It's not even a secondhand embarrassment. It's just my biggest pet peeve. I'm just like, please, man, can we just vote? So that's probably my number one thing.
For me, it's like when the teacher asks, like, what did you guys do over the weekend? And then, like, answering is fine. Like, that's not the problem. When someone, like, completely, like, overshares about their life, like, in a way where it's, like, it's uncomfortable for everyone else.
Or that one person that answers
The
every
one-
single time.
That's me.
Yeah, I
Well,
can tell.
no, that's fine. I'm not saying, like, whatever. You can do, because, like, most people give a general answer, like, oh, I went to the movies. Oh, I did this. Oh, I did that. There's,
But
like, that one person who just makes it awkward. Like, I
Yeah.
swear.
I was thinking more along the line. My grandpappy fell down the stairs and broke his hip this weekend. He's in the hospital right now. I was thinking more along those lines.
No, like, and
Not
there are
like-
people who like talk about this, and they're like, yeah, so we were like all going out. It was like a really fun day, and then my sister fell down and like broke her leg 3 different ways, and had to go to the hospital and get like.
Yeah,
Sir,
doing
like-
too much.
Or when they talk about a show and then they go on to like what side they're on or something like that.
And it's
they're
like a personal conversation with the teacher. Like, do
Yeah.
not do that on. Like,
Oh my God. Oh, actually, I have one. My biggest one. It's not. This is just things I hate at
Yeah,
school.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. When people talk about fucking Taylor Swift in their conversation. Oh my God, it's infuriating. I don't care if you like Taylor Swift or not. Okay, she's growing on me. I'm not gonna lie, she's growing on me. Okay. I don't care if how much you like her. Okay. Stop talking about her with the teacher, man. Okay. If you want to have the conversation, talk to her after fucking class. Don't talk about Taylor Swift during class.
are
It's
we
the most-
talking about a certain teacher?
Yes, 6th period teacher. You know who you are. If you're watching
Second
this,
period teacher.
It's the same teacher.
it's probably the same
saying.
teacher. If you're watching this, I hated every single time you talked about Taylor Swift. I mean, I would tell her. I'd just be like, Taylor Swift's terrible. But like,
No, it's not about Taylor Swift being terrible. It's the fact that like she's like, oh, what you guys do for the weekend, and then they proceed to like the Taylor Swifties or whatever, or proceed to have like a private conversation like in front of everyone, and everyone just like, how do we?
And we can't have side conversations.
She's like, please respect the people talking, but like,
okay. To be fair, no shade to this teacher. Okay,
No.
I loved your class. I loved you. You're one of my favorite English teachers. Of all
she's
time.
not watching this.
If you're watching, just so you know, we'll just call you M. Loved your class. Loved you. You're an awesome teacher.
Hey there! Welcome to my segment called Name That Sound, where you'll be played a sound and you're gonna have to name it.
Okay, so as you can probably guess from the title, it's just gonna be us trying to guess the sound. We're gonna do points. So Reed's gonna be hosting it. He's gonna be the one with all the sounds, and Emily, Reed, and I, we're all gonna be guessing. And whoever has the least amount of points at the end is going to have to wear a banana costume next episode.
Here
I was preaching before.
is your first sound.
Stepping in snow.
That was your first sound.
Stepping in snow.
Wrong. You can hear it again if you want.
A horse.
No,
No.
it's not a horse.
It's someone doing something
no.
with a thing.
Is it like?
It's like chomping.
Are they like dragging their fingers across?
Let's
the
listen to it again.
No.
Oh, it's the breaking those like weird like sand like
Oh,
ASMR
the
thing.
It's not chalk.
Dang it.
Wait, let's start a little earlier.
It sounds like chalk, right?
Yeah, like the green thing.
Yeah.
Wait.
Is this a different
Is it
sound?
ice?
Is this a
It's
different sound?
ice.
Is it ice?
It's a can opener.
Oh, what?
That's not actually a can opener.
Okay. The next one. Okay, that one.
That
That,
was
one
dumb.
was. That one was bad.
I don't like
So
that
we
one.
all lost 0 points.
Reed should lose a point for having this
So Reed is at negative.
Okay, the other
Yeah.
ones are probably not that.
Reed's at
much
negative
better.
1.
No, it's just
So
you're bad
Reed-
at it.
Reed's
Well,
at negative
I was
1.
trying to figure out something.
Can opener doesn't make that noise.
Yeah, it
it was
does.
it's the way
That's
it was
what mine
rotating
makes.
on the. Whatever.
Wait, Grant, can you
Okay.
make a better sound? Better can opener? Do it.
Pop.
Make it like.
Stop.
Okay.
Alright, okay.
Bird chirping.
That's not it.
Oh. Okay. Well, I
So
got
I
scammed.
guess
Like, was I right though?
What type of bird?
Guys.
A quail. East African quail.
Wrong.
Okay, what bird was it then?
It was actually I don't know birds.
An East African quail.
Why
South
would it-
African quail.
No,
Actually.
they sound like. Okay, this is the next. This is actual sound number 2.
Yeah. There we go.
This one.
Microwave.
It's a microwave.
It's a microwave.
That's the most nasty sounding microwave of all time. man.
It sounds really
Wait, so I get points.
Correct. It's a microwave.
5 points.
Okie dokie. The next one.
Shoot.
Okay.
So that's sound number 2.
Correct.
So Emily has 1 point right now, and Reed has negative 1.
Well, how am I gonna get my points back?
Well, if you stump us, you can get your point back.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Oh, yes.
Why would you say that to him?
The video-
Actually, if you're at 0 right now, you haven't gone negative
the
yet.
video is loading.
But that first video was abysmal, so you don't get any points for that.
Okay, here we go.
Are they zip
The
ties?
birds. Zip ties is good. Did you hold on? -1 point. She just said a baby dying.
Dying, not dying.
Zippers.
It's like
Zippers.
when you take rubber boots and you move them against the gym floor.
Wait, can you play
You
it
can hear
again?
That's not
That's a
it.
blender.
Sorry. That wasn't one of the sounds. It's a lawnmower.
Lawnmower.
Okay, here we go.
It's a laundry machine.
No,
a washer,
what?
Dishwasher.
I'll play again.
Yeah.
It's a rocking chair.
I stump you. Those are trees rubbing against each other.
What?
Trees?
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 Trees with bark. That's what happens. The sound like.
Okay, that's another terrible one.
No,
No, it's not.
Negative
That
one.
was
Yeah,
the one that
negative one.
inspired me. That doesn't.
Negative 1.
No, you guys
Negative 1.
clearly have not been in the forest listening to trees that rub against each other.
Trees rubbing against
Yes,
each
they
other.
do.
That's
Trees
not a real
that
thing.
rub against each other in the wind. That one is like +5, bro. That's the reason I made this thing.
I don't listen to things rubbing
Okay.
against each other.
I don't listen to anything rubbing against each other.
This is the sound of trees rubbing against each other.
Oh, Sal, look at that. You hear that?
What the
Have
frick?
you never been in the woods and heard trees rub against each other?
No, I don't listen to things rubbing against each other in the first place. First of all, because I'm not weird. Second of all, that's not a thing that a normal human knows the sound of. It sounds like a freaking wailing dog. Okay,
Okay, listen to this
you
one.
lose a point for that.
Shh. No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
I shouldn't.
You should.
That doesn't count.
It counts.
I ain't wearing no banana costume.
All
It doesn't count.
right. Well, you're not getting
Sorry.
a point for that either, because that's a scam job.
Well, that's literally the best one.
Yeah. Well, it's a scam job. I'm gonna give you the sound of a hermit crab farting. Like you're never gonna know what that is.
You should get this one. If you don't get this one, that's just sad.
No, we should.
It's a firecracker. No, it's fireworks.
A
Stop
tree
it.
falling down. A tree
Oh,
falling
it's tree
down.
falling down. Fuck.
2 points.
Why are all yours tree related?
Yeah, what is this? I guess it's the
It's
nature
nature,
episode.
guys.
It's the nature
Guys, I
episode.
got 2 points.
Oh! How was the can opener nature?
It wasn't. I did the non-nature related ones first.
Or is that it?
So all the other ones are nature related, I guess.
Yes, there's 2 more.
It's gonna be another fucking tree, man. I swear to God. It is.
It's not. There's
It's
no
over
more
there,
tree related things.
A tree's bark blowing in the wind
A
against
tree
another tree's bark.
growing. Crunching leaves.
Leaves
It's a
Breaking leaves.
Twigs
Fire
crunching.
crackling.
Crunching twigs.
Oh, wait, again.
Stepping on
Crunching
twigs. Crunching twigs. Fire.
It sounds like a fire. That's what it
Crackling.
Ripping paper.
No, it's not. A tree. It sounds like leaves cracking too. Or
Standing
leaves
on, like
cracking.
walking over leaves.
Yeah.
Stepping on like a crunchy leaf. Oh, birds flying.
Why is she so good at this?
It is birds. Got it right.
Sucks.
Hold on, hold this.
One left. And this is the best one in my opinion, but you're all gonna hate it because y'all are haters. So
It's birds chirping.
It's birds chirping.
My
A cat farting.
a raccoon.
Some animal farting.
Grant.
Is that Reed?
no farting.
It's a
A
cat.
cat.
That's not a
A
cat.
chihuahua.
A bear.
A squirrel.
Some
a
animal
raccoon
attacks a
on a
cat and
roller
it
coaster.
reacts.
There's no cat.
Is it a mouse? A rat?
It's somebody touching an animal.
A cat.
Is it you touching a rat?
It doesn't have fur.
Is it
A naked mole
Is it-
rat.
a bunny?
Nope.
Bunnies don't make noises. What the hell?
It's just terrible.
Touching a fish.
Touching a fish.
What does it have fur?
Okay, we're
A
done.
mole.
Okay, let me think. Hold on.
Wait.
Darth Vader touching a furless bunny on his bushy tail while a cat chases the bunny. And
There's no
attempts to
cat
kill it.
involved. It's a human.
Mhm.
It's actually
Wait, is it
Keaton
human?
touching something.
And the thing that
Keaton touching something.
and Keaton's making the noise, or
No.
It's Keaton
I didn't.
touching a. Has no fur. Keaton touching a seal.
No, Keaton touching a frog.
That is not a frog.
That's a
yeah,
frog.
that's a
That sounds
frog.
like
That's such a frog.
No, it doesn't.
No.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
I've
it
never
does.
heard of frog.
Wait, that's not Keaton.
That's
Why
a
does it
big-
look so animated?
Is that like deflating?
Okay, so the winner was Emily with 3 points.
Success.
Reed technically also had 3 points, but they were all scam jobs in my opinion. And then me and Rhea both had no points.
And then
High
Grant
five.
loses because he was a sore loser.
So then who
So,
should we-
I think Grant.
What should the decider be?
We should do a tiebreaker of
Rock, paper, scissors.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Rhea, we're gonna struggle to find a banana costume in your size.
That's what I was gonna
So,
yeah,
I
so
hope-
what if I just put like a banana peel on my head? Call it good.
You
Honestly,
just
if
want
you
that
wear a banana
better.
peel the entire time on your head, we like bobby pin it to your head.
She can be
Why would you
orange
bu-
instead.
Or we could just team up. We could do a Banana Bros.
Okay,
Banana
let's do
Bros
that. Let's just do it.
podcast. Is that
Let's
good?
just do it. Yeah, let's
Should
just
we
do
do it?
that.
All right.
All right.
Banana Bros. Okay, so this next segment is kind of more of a serious segment. It's more applicable, or people have more grounds in terms of qualifications, shall we say, than others. Looking at Rhea, the segment is we're gonna talk about teenagers and relationships, like romantic relationships with a boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. So like I said, Ria doesn't really have much experience in this realm, do you, Ria?
When I was in preschool.
Hey,
She's just gonna start talking about her trauma.
Okay, so the first question I have about relationships is, what is a positive attribute in a relationship? And you have to pick one. You can only pick one positive attribute that you would want in a relationship. So if you could only have one, it's this one. What would it be? Starting with Emily.
Like being in a relationship for the right reasons.
And what does that look like?
What's the right reasons?
Like knowing what you want and
Like if you want, like
if you want a light-hearted relationship,
Yeah.
then have that. If you want like a more serious one, then ask for that.
And like be open with them about what you want.
Mhm.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's good.
that's
okay.
good.
What about you, Ria? I know you don't have much experience in this department.
You don't need to call me out like
yeah, every single time.
every single time.
Well, I mean, technically now, 3 of us have all been or are currently in a relationship, and you're the only one that's not. So.
Because she knows her worth.
Okay, that's not a yikes thing, Reed.
No, it's because she knows her worth and she knows she's better.
And because no guy will date someone that short.
That's mean. I don't know, cause yeah,
But when you look for a person, like when you think about the person that you want to date, like in the future, what is like the positive attribute, like the thing that they definitely need to have, or you need to have, or to collectively.
I think they need to be nice. I can't have like there's like people I know that are like not nice to their partners,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like I can't like they're like I need to be with like she's like multiple people, not just one person, but they're like I need like there are so many people that I've talked to that are so nice to me and they're kind and they care about my feelings, but I can't be with them. I need to be with someone who's a little toxic, and I don't understand that. I need
What?
someone who's nice.
Can
I
I,
can't-
add on something?
Yeah.
Also, like just having a sense of humor, because I feel like you have to have the same sense of humor, or else you're just like, what are you doing?
I agree.
I feel like you could have a
Well-
different sense of humor.
Oh
and,
yeah,
like,
but like
work.
It's not the most important.
It's not
thing,
the
though.
most important
Like
thing.
if I had to have one attribute, I'd rather than not have a sense of humor at all than them like just be
Obviously,
a weirdo, right? Like
the two things that I think I would value the most in a relationship. I know you said one, but I have two. One, they have to be like honest. Like for me, I'm a very blunt person. I feel like I will like when I know someone, I'm not gonna like hide the truth for them. If they ask me an opinion, I'm gonna tell them what I think, even if they don't like to hear it. And I need someone like that for me too. Like, you know, like if someone asks me, "Oh, do you like?" I don't know. Just an example. Today my mom made a flower bouquet and she asked me, "Do you like it?" And I said no. And she was like, "Why can't you just say yes?" I was like, "I'm not gonna." It was really bad. She was a little hurt. It's okay. But I said no in a nice way. That's not the point. Anyway, I need
Wow.
someone who's honest. They don't have to be like blunt, like mean about it, but I need someone who's honest, and I need someone who's like nice, you know, like not toxic. Because numerous amounts of people have told me, they're like, "Yeah, I was talking to this guy, he's so nice, but he's just a little too nice. Like, I need someone a little bit mean to me." Like,
yeah, those people
Why
are
is that
freaks,
what you want?
weirdos. Okay, so anyway, Reed, what is your number one thing? That you
They have to be. Well, I think they have to be. For me, they have to be smiley. Like
That's your number one.
no,
attribute?
sorry. Okay, that's not my number one attribute. My number one attribute is that they have to be open about everything.
Okay, so like Emily.
So
Yeah.
so like open to tell you when you're doing something they don't like, or open to tell you when they want to change something, but then also just I don't know how to describe what I'm saying.
I think you just want someone who's gonna like be willing to be
Communicate. The word is
vocal.
communicate.
Yeah, you want to
Communication.
communicate. You want someone who's gonna communicate.
Yes.
Healthy communication.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I mean, so for me, that's one of my big things is communication, right? And just being open and like, but I don't think it's my number one thing. It's definitely up there. It's like top 3. Like, it's definitely something that I think, like, everyone needs to work on a little bit. It's just being open.
I need to work
and
on my
honest.
communication.
right?
I'm not very good at responding to texts quickly.
Well, it's not even about responding to text quickly. It's just about like, if I'm doing something you don't like, you need to tell me, right? Because otherwise, how can I address it?
Yeah,
Or how can I
that's-
change, right? That doesn't make sense, right? To expect that, because I can't read minds, right? But I also think like relationships are a 2-way street, right? So it's not about like what one person needs. It's like about what we need together, right? And like for me, the number one thing that I want when like with my current partner like is just trust, right? Because trust is the foundation for everything in a relationship, right? If you trust someone, then like it's easier to remain loyal to someone, right? Like you're gonna have loyalty inherently if you trust someone, right? If you trust someone to validate your feelings and listen to you no matter what your opinion is, then you're gonna be able to communicate with them easier, right? Like stuff like that all comes from a foundation of trust. And so if you're in a relationship and you don't have like just trust to either communicate, or you don't trust them enough to just like do their own thing, right? Then I don't think it's ever gonna work, right? Because it's such a foundational thing. You just need it for like everything else in a relationship. So that's why for me, when I'm in a relationship, like right now, like the main thing for me is we just need to trust each other, collectively.
Yeah, I feel for me, trust is a big one. But for me, as a person, I feel like I need someone who's very understanding, because for me, trust as a concept is a little bit harder for me to grasp. It takes me a while to like get there. So I need someone who would understand that I'm not gonna fully be like, obviously I'd be like honest about everything, but trust is something that's built over time.
Yeah, 100%.
I believe. So
100%.
And I need someone who understands that for me it might take a little bit more time than someone
100%.
else.
And that's again, like that's completely valid, right? Like that's why like relationships, like they're always, it's always a work in progress, right? Because you're always trying to build that trust to the point where you can be able to do that freely, right? And like that's why I say it's like a two-way street, because even though like it's like you might trust me 100% like all the way, maybe we haven't gotten to that level yet, even though it's been the same amount of time, right? And that's just something that you have to work on collectively together. And if it's just one person, like it can't be a one-sided thing, because it's such a foundational thing to a relationship. So it has to be you both work on it together all the time, so you can get it to the point where it is like a sturdy foundation for the rest of your relationship.
Yeah,
That's
I think
good.
that's why I said like humor, because I feel like I communicate a lot through humor, and how I like get to know people is by joking around with them. And then sometimes I can understand how you take a joke and how you apply it into different situations.
100%. Yeah.
I think
I agree.
I think trust is really good because it's like the foundation of what I was talking about. Like you have to trust the people, or you have to trust the other person in your relationship in order to feel comfortable sharing and having open communication.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why for me, like before I would ever get into a relationship with anyone, I would want to be friends with them first, because I feel like when you're friends with someone, you build the trust before, for the most, in certain situations, you build the trust before you ever like get to the relationship. You build like a foundation, and then you just kind of have to build up after that. But I feel like that I would, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely know what you mean. For me, like I don't think it's that important, because I think, like I said, like it's something that you can work on together as long as you're both open to working on it. Like there's like you can accomplish that level of trust that you need to have in a relationship. So I think again, like as long as you understand that it's a two-way street and you both need to work on it, then I think like it's fine if you don't know them a lot in advance. Like me and my girlfriend right now, like we didn't know each other like at all. Basically, like she knew of me, but we didn't actually know like each other at all. So when we first started talking, so I think it is definitely possible to like achieve that level of trust that you need without like being friends before.
Oh, I definitely agree with that, because I know so many people that have like just like they didn't really know each other before, and then they just started talking, and it built over time. Like it's, so I'm not saying it's not possible. I say
it's easier for you.
It's easier.
Yeah. I mean that's definitely true. That's for sure. Yeah, that's true.
I feel like personally, I fall for more personality than like looks. Like that's what I look for first, instead of like I don't go straight for looks. So I have to build a relationship before I actually try to start an actual relationship. So it takes me a lot longer to talk to people, because I have to build a foundation before I actually do it compared to other people. But,
yeah, and like again, it's like completely subjective to everyone else. Like everyone's gonna move at their own pace. That's why it's important that you work together, to help match that pace.
And it depends on the person you're like interested in, or you're like so
it's situational.
It's
So yeah. Okay. So that was our positive attribute. What's the worst possible attribute that someone could have in a relationship? Like the absolute like 100% deal breaker. Not even like an ick, like just like I'm not gonna even go near you if you have this attribute.
Can we just not say? Can we just like make this a rule not to say dishonesty? Because I feel like I mean, we can't say that.
But everything, I think all of the things that we will say will tie into
To
dishonesty.
dishonesty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
So
Like
specific.
for me, it's if they don't talk to their parents about the relationship. Like if they're keeping it a secret, or if they're keeping it a secret from other people.
Stop, don't.
I was gonna call you out, but that's for me. But then
Somebody
also
was talking about
like cheating, like all of this ties into dishonesty, right?
I feel like for me, I do agree with that to some point, but it's like sometimes it's embarrassing to talk to your parents about something
Yeah, that
like
makes
this.
sense.
Like it's not even like, oh, I don't want to get them. I don't want to be in trouble. Yeah, I thought so. It's not like, oh, I don't want to get in trouble for this or something. Sometimes it's just embarrassing. Like, you know.
For me personally, it's not because I'm not trying to hide anything. It's just that we don't have that type of relationship, or me and my parents, we don't talk about relationships. So like, I don't really know their love story, or I don't know how my siblings, like, I didn't know that they were dating.
I brought bug sprays in the car. That's I think one of the good ways. I don't know. This is my advice. I know this is an advice segment, but one of I think a good way is to talk to your parents about like. Start talking about how like they met, how they started dating, right? And then like do that. If you do that, then it gets them more open and like thinking about the topic in like a way that's not focused on you.
I've like talked to a lot of my like aunts and uncles, or like a lot. No, I haven't talked to them. But a lot of the people like I know have been in like arranged marriages, which is like you meet them a month before your wedding, kind of a situation. Yeah.
That sounds terrible, bro.
You meet them like on a little app. They have like they have multiple different ones. There's a little app. You just join it, and specifically it's for people getting married. And you join it, and then you meet each other like first glance. You like look at each other. You get to see, oh, do you like how they look? You talk for 5 minutes alone with everyone else listening to you in the house, and then you get married. That's how a lot of my uncles and aunts got married. My parents met in college.
Yeah, so I would never want to get married like that. But I know, like, to each their own, like, again.
And I mean,
I don't
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, it depends how desperate you are.
no, because, yeah, I don't know. I feel like
Ria, when she's 78 with no man, that's going to be her.
the worst red flag, I will say, one of the, like the red flags is, like, I would agree with him, actually, but not specifically about parents. It's when they don't tell their friends, like, that you're dating. It's like no one knows. Like, I've seen situations where the girl has told me that the guy just doesn't tell anyone that they're dating. So it's like, are they even dating at that point? I mean, obviously they are dating, but it's like, it's kind of shady. Like, why wouldn't you tell people you're closest to
Yeah.
that you're seeing someone? Like, that's weird.
Well, again, for me, like, my number one is, like, again, just transparency, right? Like, and not just with me, right? Like, with everyone. Because I don't think it's, like, healthy to have a relationship that you can't be transparent with everyone about. And obviously I don't mean like the details, right? But like basic, just like basics as in like you are dating,
Yes.
right? Like that's like bare minimum
Mm-hmm.
of what you should, of like transparency. And I do think like, because if you're being dishonest with everyone else around you, then how can I expect you to be honest
Yep.
to me, right? And like, so if I'm seeing that display, like that's a huge red flag for me. But again, like I feel like obviously I'm not going into a relationship trying to like with the mindset of I want to change the way this person's behaving so I can date them. But I am going into a relationship with a mindset of like, it's not gonna be perfect. There's gonna be things we need to work out.
Yeah.
But you can always work those things out, right? So even like if this, I don't think there's any like major like deal breakers for me, right? Like if I'm committed to this relationship, I'm like, oh, like this person's not being transparent to everyone around him, like him, her. Then I'm gonna help
them
work them through whatever that is, right? Whatever the issue is there, right? Okay, so that was it for our relationship segment. At least for now. I have a feeling when we have more people, we'll probably bring it back with some similar topics. So if you're interested in stuff like that, stay tuned. This is also going to be our last nature episode for the foreseeable future. At least 3 episodes because these mosquitoes are literally devouring us. Okay, or we're gonna film it during noon when there's not freaking bugs everywhere. But yeah, I've killed like a couple already, so it's getting scary out here. We're gonna quickly wrap up the episode, but thank you guys for watching.
Bye.
Old MacDonald had a farm.
E-I-E-I-O. That's going to
Was that filming?